This is a mica painting, which means I take the mica and literally dust it into all the little areas that I want the color. And then when it's time to pour the soap, those colors will show up kind of like in a relief type fashion. And the mica only stick to where it's dusted, so the rest of the soap will have a entirely different effect, kind of like a painting, hence the name mica painting. So this is what I have so far, just fine tuning it. And this one looks almost empty because I accidentally blew on it. I was trying to just, remove some of the mica that was up here. And instead, I literally knocked it all out the tray. And this one is deeper in color because I accidentally spilled some of the mica when I was trying to get the color in there. So basically I scooped all the mica back into the jar. So yeah, but that's how we're looking now. So this is my new overflow mode. So they're going to have a real fun effect the first time I use them. This has been Peepa. Yeah, this is too little. There's supposed to be a towel pocket here and here for the sides to wipe. The pocket, it should be down here because, if it was actually one size fits most, it should fit me, but instead, as you can tell, it's apparently not made for people that, are fluffy. I'm going to have to try to make it work, maybe cut right here and sew a extra piece of fabric or something so that way it's not gagging me. But yeah, solid concept, but they need to just make it in a bigger size because I need an apron like this for soaping with sleeves, but it still has to be able to fit so that way it's not pulling every time I move. And that's my review on that. P+7 here, getting ready to make soap. This is going to be a lard base with olive oil and canola oil. I'm about to melt the lard. It's going to have ginger lime. My recipe says 4 ounces. This is 1 ounce. It's going to be a very, very subtle scent. I'm going to add a little dash of glycerin to it because it's also going to be a face soap. It's going to be in the Big 12 because I'm making basically a double batch because I want to use this mode, which is 3 ounces, and there's 4 of them, so that's 12 ounces. So instead of making a 48 standard batch and then, 12 ounces come out and then it's short, I'm going to make a 64 ounce batch, fill this up, then fill this up. Yeah, so I'll bring you back when all that's ready to go. Peepa the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as Peepa7 on Twitter and YouTube, Peepa elsewhere on the internet. My soap's located Purple Butterfly. purpleButterfly.myshopify.com, my blog, purpleButterfly-people.blogspot.com. And today I am going to make a double batch. The scent is ginger lime. It smells amazing. The base is lard, canola oil, olive oil, and a little splash of glycerin. Remember the mica painting I made? Well, it's finally going to get used. And since making a 12-ounce soap is almost impossible, the overflow would be 24 ounces, and that would make a short bar soap. So I increased it by 12, so this is going to be a 64-ounce batch. So it will fill up the butterfly mode and the big 12 mode. So yeah, let's get that going. I have a new apron. This is supposed to be one size fits all too, but as you can tell, one size fits who? Someone this tall? But it's in a material that I can modify, and a style that I can modify. I can literally cut it here to here and add an inch on both sides, so that way it'll span. That's my plan anyway. The other one, it said one size fit all too, and yeah, one size fit all kids maybe, because it wasn't fitting me. Okay, the colors, which have solidified a little bit because of the lard, but it's going to be okay. That's bright yellow rain jacket, sea foam green, love bite pink, and King Tut gold. I know, odd combination, but I asked for shout outs, and those were the colors that were shouted out. And I'm thinking some of that would go well with the rainbow theme, the butterfly theme of it all. So yeah, let's move these out the way just in case. Let's put another squirt of glycerin in there. Could never have too much glycerin. It's a humectant, which draws moisture to your skin. And I also put some arrowroot powder in here, which removes excess moisture. In other words, if you're oily, it kind of gives you a matte finish. So, yeah. But that's not why I put it in here. I put it in here because it tends to make soaps thick. Let's get all the extra oil off of the spoon and into the batch. Might help if I had a better spatula to do that. Yeah, that's better. This is big enough. And I took the liberty to look at the camera and make sure the table is in the frame, because the last video I looked at it and basically all you could see was from here up, and you literally couldn't see what I was doing. So that's why I adjusted it this way. So yeah, let's make this happen. Oh, protection might be a good thing. And it would help if I cleaned up the shield so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah. Give me a minute. don't need it on for the whole thing, just till we get the soap past emulsion, you know, splash risk and all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm forgetting everything today. Smells amazing. I'm literally soaping cold. I made this batch of live water about 8 o'clock this morning. It's going on 3 right now. And that's when I did the oils as well. Yeah. That's why these colors are going to need extra blending, because the lard tends to solidify. So let's get to emulsion. And I forgot, we're going for a slightly pastel look. Especially since this is a face soap, I need to add some titanium dioxide. That's the arrowroot. So, yeah. That's a healthy size scoop, but since this is a 64-ounce bag, it'll be okay. I might not even have enough. Let's find out. Well, the arrowroot is making a lot of bubbles, and that was not, in fact, enough titanium dioxide. If there's glycerin rivers because of that, it'll add to the finished look. Well, that's thickening up rather quickly. So we just went past emulsion into a light trace, which means we need to get these colors blended quickly. This is going to be an in the pot swirl, by the way. There we go. Under it low when your nose itches when you do it. Okay, now let's put this over here. We'll start with the gold. Coming out a little tannish. And that's fine. Then we'll go to the yellow. I figure with the scent being ginger, lime, a green, and a yellow, and the pink just because it's fun. If that makes sense. And I should be doing the pink next because the green will take over the color. There we go. That's a trace. first time seafoam green, it actually came out seafoam green. Usually it's a dark green. You'll see what I mean in a second. So, let me take that apart real quick. You don't want any accidents. Look at that, isn't that pretty? The Love Bite Pink came out a pastel pink. The King Tut Gold is a tannish color. That kind of worked out well for the thing that's going on in my brain about what I wanted to do with the colors. So now, where's that big spatula? Okay, I see it. I'm going to pour yellow, green, pink, the gold, then on the reverse. One is poured high, so we'll pour this one low. Going to the green. Then to the pink. Then the Tut. Then the yellow. Then the green. This might not make sense, but it's called an Pot Swirl for a reason. And you'll get the gist of it in a minute. Then the Tut. Then lightly on the top till it's gone. Then the green. Lightly on the top till it's gone. That way I made sure the color went from the top to the bottom. Yeah. Then the pink, lightly on the top till it's gone. Then the Tut, lightly on the top till it's gone. The rest could be accents. Now we're going to take this, we're going to go around once and then through the middle. Looks lovely. Now, usually when I pour in the Pot Swirl, I just automatically pour it into the main batch. But we're going to do the butterfly mode first. And since it has the mica painting in it, I'm not going to use glitter because that will be the glitter itself. Slowly. Oops, that's a little too much. Okay, it's all at the top. I'm going to do that a little jiggle, wiggle. Can't slam those, so we'll just, yeah. Now, then we're going to come in with this. And as you can tell, it makes its own stripe pattern because it's in the Pot Swirl. And the thing about in the Pot Swirl, since it's making different variations of the pattern, go back and forth. So that way all the colors can get a chance to be in there. See how that made a stripe? Isn't that gorgeous? Now all I gotta do is get the rest of it in there. It's like this much at the top. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to take a teaspoon out of here. See if I can find the spoon I have for soaping. Well, we'll just use this. This is stainless steel. This has only been used for soaping. Just gonna take that out, put it in here. That way it's not overflowing on me. And of course that gets to go into the dishes. Now this, I'm going to move over here, completely out the way. So I can move this over here, so I can scrape it all out of there. And the thing about scraping it in the pot swirl, you want to try to get it all in one go, so that way it doesn't ruin the pattern that it made itself too much. And get it to the middle of your handle, so that way you're not putting yourself in an awkward position. And then I'm just going to pull it on in here. Apparently I poured it from this side, but that's fine. And I spilled some of it, but that's okay. That's why I have all these papers protecting my surface. And my back is already tight. That's all good. But it was thickening up rather quickly because of the arrowroot. Lard usually gives you more working time. But since this is partially a facial soap as well as a body soap, I put all the fun stuff I use on my face in there. So, yeah. Now, that's when we're going to take all these colors and decorate the top. And it will help if I move this out my way because it's in my way. If that makes sense. Okay. This would be a good time to sit down, but can't. That'll be part of the second go when it thickens up. Now we'll do the pink. And of course some of the green got in there on the top. So that'll add to the swirl effect. Get all the way way to the end here. And for those that don't know, you'll get a surprise when it's time to see the inside of the end of Pot Swirl. It's never the same twice. And the shape of the mold it's in causes some of it to be a whirl and a double whirl. Just all kinds of fun stuff happens. Okay, now. Yellow's definitely adding a bit of fun. Okay. Now it's like almost at the top. By the time I get the rest of these residuals in there, it'll definitely be full. Okay. There we go. I'm going to give this a little zoopy zoop to help it out. That looks lovely. Let me take that off. Now I'm going to scrape all this in and put it on the side so that way it rises in the middle. And then maybe swoop it again on the top. But in the meantime, let's take you to where you can see. So those are the butterflies. And that's what I got here for the big 12. And I'm thinking, if nothing else, we might just leave this alone and use these as a overflow. And I forgot about this part. Well, we'll just scrape it into one of the cups. So that way we can scrape it all into the mold all at the same time. So 64 ounces to do a double might have been slightly not enough. Because that's a 4-pound mold and that's 12 ounces. So maybe I should have went for a 5-pound measure. But it's all good. But fortunately, I'm basically done. I'm just scraping all of the cup colors into one cup. So that way I could decide if it's going to be an overflow mode or if it's going to go into the main batch. Depends on how much is left in this cup after I do that. I need a new memory card so that way it stops doing that 30 minutes in. Basically, I need another computer. But I have to figure out what kind, because the computer I bought was supposed to be for filming and all that, but it came with so many pre-loaded things that basically it left me no room to do what I needed to do. So it just sits over there being useless. If that makes sense. Basically, I need a shell with memory. Lots and lots and lots of memory. If there was any kind of way to get my compact Fosario up and running, you know, a cord that actually works and is compatible with it, because, you know, they took that off the market 20 years ago, and I've had it for 35 years. You know, that was back when computers did what they were supposed to do. Ran programs and left you with enough memory to actually use the programs. If that makes sense. Now I'm going to get this a swirl. And we're just going to pour it right on over the top. And I just remembered I was going to put glitter on top of this. Gelatin glitter. Yeah, that filled it up. Cool. Now let's redo the swirl. Pretty. Well, at least the gold is having a moment with the glittery part of it. So there will be a shimmer. I really need to slam that. There's many bubbles. So this is your warning to turn the volume down now. And here we go. Stubborn bubbles. I think I'll give it a little time and then slam it again. But let's show you what we got now, since we did change something. As you could tell, the butterflies, they took the most of the in the pot swirl, so it has that going on for it. And then we have this. So it looks a little different, but it still looks gorgeous. So for those bubbles, and I'm going to get rid of the bubbles as soon as possible with a real good slam. In the meantime, ooh, sitting down is a good thing. This has been People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My soaps located PurpleButterfly-soaps.myshopify.com. My blog, PurpleButterfly-people.blogspot.com. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Bye now. Looks amazing. sometimes I get an ideal in my head that just won't leave me alone, and that was one of them. The ideal for doing a double batch micro painting in the Pot Swirl hit me like 3 in the morning. Woke me up out of the sound sleep, and immediately I just started writing it down. And then after I woke up and had breakfast and everything, I properly tweaked it. That's when the glycerin went in. That's when the arrowroot powder went in. The only thing I didn't have already in my brain was the colors, and I basically asked for shout outs of the color. One person said dark green, light green, or like a celery green, a tan, and a yellow. And another person said pink. One person said purple. I still don't have purple. So the King Tut Gold, which was also a shout out color, turned tannish as I was mixing it. So there's still a tannish type look. So I'm guessing they're going by the color scheme of ginger, which looks tan and yellow, and lime, which is a green and a light green. But yeah, I think it kind of came out looking kind of cute for how I modified it with the colors. So yeah, I'm real happy with that. In the meantime, I need coffee. I need to, don't have to neutralize, I didn't spill anything. But I need to sit down and relax my back because it's getting real tight. And this has been Peepla. I'll bring you back for the cut. In the meantime, I will take some overhead pictures so you can see what it looks like now and attach it to the end of this video. This has been Peepla7 on Twitter and YouTube, Peepla elsewhere on the internet. My soaps located at PurpleButterfly-soaps.myshopify.com, my blog, PurpleButterfly-Peepla.blogspot.com. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Bye now. There we go. That's the butterfly soap. And that's the ginger and lime in the Big 12 mode. I was so concerned about the bubbles, I forgot that I was going to add glitter to it, which will actually break up some of the bubbles. So let's just go ahead and sprinkle that on. This is the glitter I made with some King Tut Gold mica and gelatin. And since King Tut Gold is actually in this soap, it's a fitting topping. I just spilled a lot on this side, so I'm going to do the same thing on this side on purpose. There we go. And as you can tell now, all the bubbles are gone. Yeah. So we'll close that up. I'm not going to put any bubbles on this, or glitter rather, because the mica painting on the bottom of it will serve as a glitter effect. But anyway, that's what we have now. And this has been Peepla.